Hey everybody, it is Bryan, and I've got Elliot here, and we've got Alan with us. This YouTube channel is none of those things. Today was a big, giant blockbuster trade in the NFL. Boys, first off, how's it going, Elliot?
Well, it's going well.
Oh. Alan, how are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I mean, first Friday after, I was going to say Good Friday, and I don't know if it is, but it's probably like the second one now, but I don't know. Could be worse.
So, we're going to get right into it. The Texans traded Deshaun Watson, the big giant anchor around that franchise, to Elliot's Cleveland Browns, because apparently Deshaun is a glutton for punishment. So the Cleveland Browns get Deshaun Watson and a 2024 fifth round pick. The Texans get 3 first-round picks, 2022, 2023, and 2024. They also get a third-round pick in 2023 and a fourth-round pick in 2024. So, Elliot, I'm going to go to you first because your big, giant brown turds got a quarterback with legal trouble, signed him to a 5-year, $230 million guaranteed contract, fully guaranteed. That doesn't happen in the NFL.
No.
So, is this what puts them over the top?
No. Nothing puts them over the top. What are you talking about? It's the Browns. All right. It's it's the irony is so full. And for the sake of brevity, this is the full circle. The Browns had the opportunity to draft Deshaun Watson. They passed on him to get Baker Mayfield, only to get him back. And of course, in true Browns fashion, they're overpaying for the deal. Because heaven forbid they just draft him and save the money, save everybody the hassle, right? Because they probably would have kept Odell Beckham Jr. They probably would have kept Jarvis Landry. But of course, they make the move to get him after Jarvis has left and Odell Beckham Jr. has left. So now they got a quarterback that can get them the ball, but they're no longer here. Okay, that's the Browns for you. The only thing that actually makes for a good, but it's going to make this interesting because the Steelers could have made the move, but they didn't, and their ownership put the whole on that he's not really for Steeler Nation, something to that effect, right?
You've been beating this Deshaun to the Steelers drum for a week and a half.
Yeah, I know, but they said the newspaper copy that they submitted, it would be if there were any other team that actually had a legitimate rivalry with the Steelers, this would be like fuel for the fire. Deshaun doesn't have anybody to pass the ball to get them to be competitive against the Steelers. Not that the Steelers are really – they lost Roethlisberger, but he wasn't really Roethlisberger at the end. So this still could be interesting. Not really. But how bad is it for Amari Cooper? The Texans made a trade to get Deshaun Watson, and they didn't want you in the deal to come to them. So, no, you're stuck in hell.
But, no, Amari Cooper's would be their de facto number one wide receiver, and we have Brandon Cooks as our number one wide receiver. While I agree the Texans should have gotten a player pick back in the trade, Amari Cooper wouldn't have been my pick. There should have been like a center back or something, CB.
I mean, somebody. I mean, they did.
Wait. We got to address something. Did you just call CB in
Corner,
football a center
corner.
back?
Sorry, whatever. They do the same thing. They defend. They're in the defense. They defend before you score, right? So
It's football, Alvin, not football.
Well,
Okay, so like you're talking about the nose tackle, right?
No, he was talking. Anyway, so Alan, as the Texans fan in the group,
yes.
how are you feeling? Is this a weight lifted off of your shoulders?
Well, this is now a reality, right? There was such a long delay. It was almost like a morning, I'd say, because there was an understanding that, you know, the death of good football was here in Texas, at least in my eyes, in Houston. The last great football we saw, me and you, Brian, was at the Roughnecks game. Woo woo!
XFL, baby.
And, you know, like, once we traded D-Hop and we were like 4 weeks into the season, it was like realization that we're trash. We traded Conley, and it's like, you know, yeah, that's not going to be good. And then we traded Mark Ingram to the Saints, and it's like, well, you know, it's reality. Fast forward to now, the 3 picks we got, the 3 first-round picks, were the top that Cleveland could offer. The back end of the second half of the trade was where it's upsetting to me, because the third or fourth, and the swap of 5th and 4th rounders, it's just like you could have gotten at least like a second, a third, or 2/3, a second and 2/3. If you weren't going to get players, I would have taken 3 first rounders, a second in the 3rd year, and then 2 third years in 2023, 2024, if that makes sense, right? You can't offer 4 drafts out until the day of the draft. So getting a 4th first rounder was off the option unless we delayed it till draft night, in which case it would have been a real, you know, buzzer beating trade then. But after the Russell Wilson trade, factoring what Russell Wilson got back for the Seahawks, I think the Seahawks got more assets overall, but the Texans have more opportunities to fill the gaps that they do need without having to go get free agents or costly players that might not even want to play, if that makes sense.
So the tricky thing for the Texans is the only one of these first-round picks that they know when they're picking is this year's.
And it's the 13th.
They have to count on the Browns being the Browns and being bad, which they haven't been with Baker Mayfield. So now they've got an actual quarterback and
a quality starter and a quality backup now.
No, Baker's trying to get traded to the Colts.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, they
might do it.
I take Matt Ryan, but I think then you'd have to find another quarterback, and then that'd be like 7 quarterbacks in 8 years. So probably not, right?
So for the Texans, had they picked up Matt Ryan, like they would have been in the situation that the Steelers had with Big Ben. Like, okay, really good guy, but he's in the twilight of his career. Skills are starting to deteriorate.
Can't let go too late.
Right. Like, not everybody's Tom Brady, who retired for all of 40 days.
Yeah, but Tom Brady could do that because unlike the rest of the quarterbacks in his era, he actually took care of himself. He actually invested in his body. He was like, it quite showed that he actually worked on himself 24/7. Can't really say the rest of the guys did. Because the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I'm not even a Tom Brady fan, but I can't deny results. The facts are the facts.
Guys, he's totally a Tom Brady fan.
Nah, I put it this way. I wasn't a Larry Bird fan, but then it got to the point where it's like, you know what? It was undeniable. The man was cold. The man was good.
Larry Bird get involved in this?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, the guy was so good that he was annoying. The guy was so good that he was annoying, right? Tom Brady was so good that he was annoying. Like, you want to hate him for somebody to beat him, but you knew that nobody was going to, unless your name was Eli Manning.
I think the upcoming season is definitely going to be really, really hot, really, really competitive. Not for the Texans, but the AFC West, AFC North.
Dude,
it's just those two divisions right there, and then there's the other stragglers, Titans, whatever, Bills. Just the AFC alone, though, just 8 teams right there that I just, fire.
This free agency period has been wild as all get out. Alan, maybe we can do a Twitch stream just running through the free agents, or we can get together tomorrow, boys, and do some more of these videos. But for the moment, thank you everybody for watching this YouTube channel's None of Those Things video. I don't think that name is going to stick quite so well. But listen to us as we fix sports, all three of us on this podcast is None of Those Things. Check us out on our social media at None of Those Things on Facebook, on Instagram,
this.those.
on Twitter,
another Elliot Eats.
on Twitter at this_those. And Alan, do you want to give your Twitter?
I don't remember it, but I think it's just at Gonzalez Allen 8, I think. But
the young man,
I'll work on that. I'll work on that for the next Zoom. I'll have all my.
Brian, the young man is joining us.
Yeah, is that right?
We do that all the time. We got it, but we kind of forgot it. It's there. Just look it up. Google or something.
He dropped out.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm still here. Can you not hear me?
That's okay, Alan.
I can't see you
at a certain age.
Oh, it's I was looking up my handle. It's at Allen13_GTO. So I might have to switch them. Just we'll mess around with it.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.